Welcome to Business Venture Exchange Africa, hosted by the Insurers Association of Zambia. We're here in Livingstone, Zambia, right in Livingstone, being hosted at the Insurers Conference 2017 by IAZ. And we have with us one of the key players in the market, that's Barclays Life, the managing director himself, Mr. Mugove Nyimo. Mugove, welcome to Business Venture Exchange Africa.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Right, now what's this year's conference been like?
It's been great. I've really enjoyed it. I think the theme really resonated with where we are as an industry, bouncing back from hard times, but we enjoyed that. I think the speakers were very well diverse, they had a lot of input to give, and I think the questions as well were quite challenging for us to give some thought-provoking conversations. I think it was very good.
What for you was the most thought-provoking?
I think the opening statement by the Honorable Minister was very good. I think he really challenged us as an industry to think about what are the key things that we need to do and own so that he can facilitate as the government what they need to do for us to grow as an industry. So I found that very helpful.
And what for you in your what for you is the most important thing that you feel needs to be done from policy perspective?
So I think from there's an Insurance Act that needs to be enacted at some point, but I think what the minister did say is that there is a lot of legislation that's there for us to look at it and say what are the areas that we need to take ownership and grow from there. I think that's particularly important because ultimately we need to provide our customers with the right kind of value. So I think it starts with us.
Right. Now the theme for this year's conference, bouncing back from hard times. What was business like for Barclays Life last year?
I think 2016 was tough. I think across all industries, if you look at the macro environment in terms of the interest rates, in terms of the amount of disposable income that the customer had, it was quite a tough environment. I mean, for us, we had to dig deep and say, well, what are the areas that we need to cut for us to be able to give a good return? So it was quite a tough environment.
Right. And now when we talk about bouncing back and being able to offer your clients better value on insurance and helping them understand the need for it, what new innovations do you have as Barclays Life?
So I think you've hit the nail on the head. It starts with the customer. So the way we're looking at it is to say, what are the core value areas that we need to give our customers? So if you think about insurance is about continuity. It's about allowing our clients to continue within their dreams. Whether it is what they borrow, how do we provide protection for that, or whether there's been a death in the family, how do they continue from that basis? And those are some of the areas that we're looking at it from a vanilla perspective. What we're doing this year is we have a concept called shared growth as an organization. And shared growth is simply creating shared value. So I think across we look at it in different areas, whether it's education, whether it's enterprise development. But what's particularly important within this market is we look at it from a financial inclusion. So this year we're looking at a product where we are looking at associations. I'll give you a typical example, whether it's the Bus and Taxi Association. We're looking at it to say, if you're a member, we can provide insurance from your membership on that basis. We want to go out into the communities and have kiosks on that basis. And we actually were awarded as a winner by the financial sector Zambia, Deepening Zambia, for that innovation. So it really talks to shared growth because we don't believe we can succeed or prosper unless the communities that we are in succeed or prosper. So I think that's what we're looking at towards the end of the year, to really say, what can we do for our customers right at the end? So I think that's quite powerful.
Great. And how are you using technology to be able to increase the financial inclusion, especially in the agricultural sector?
So in the agricultural sector at the moment, there are a lot of things that are happening, but I think from our focus, we're a life insurance provider. So we are looking at it from the SME perspective.
Right.
To say, if you're a client that banks with us, what can we provide you from an insurance perspective, whether it's from a funeral protection or whether it's from some of our hospital cash flows that we're looking at. But I think over time we will grow into the finance aspect of agriculture, but at the moment we're looking at it from the individual of the small, medium enterprise.
Right.
Yes.
Now finally, my last question to you is, I would love to know, as Managing Director of one of the lead insurance companies that we have on the market, how do you feel about the Zambians' perspective that insurance companies are really just out to get
out to get.
Yes.
That's
In terms of it's a win situation for you, and it's not so much a win-win situation on the other hand, because claims are not honored as often as they should.
So I'll answer that question, give you an example. What I realize is that word of mouth is very powerful in terms of our insurance value proposition. So we've got 47 branches across the country. And then when we go around and do our different roadshows, what we have realized is that in the communities that we're in, when we pay a claim in the event of one of our account holders, and they go and talk about it in the community, that in itself then creates that positive environment about insurance. So I think the more we continue paying claims, the more we continue changing lives, the more that narrative that insurance has a role to play within the broader community really comes through. I think when you feel and experience something at your moment of truth, that really helps to continue getting the insurance narrative going. So I wouldn't particularly agree that the people out there do not see insurance as out to get. The more they experience at the time that you need insurance, the more everyone understands that we have a role to play. And that's our role, that's our business.
Thank you, Mugove. Thank you for your time today.
No, thank you very much. I've enjoyed the conversation.
All right, thank you. Well, we're chatting with the Managing Director of Barclays Life Zambia, Mr. Mugove Nyimo, and he was talking to us about bouncing back from hard times and brilliant innovations that Barclays Life has, and which they have been awarded for by FSD Zambia. Some more innovations still coming out from Barclays Life as they continue being a key player in the insurance industry, and as we continue giving out information on the value and the importance of insurance by the Insurers Association of Zambia. You've been watching Business Venture Exchange Africa. I'm Faith Chitulangoma. Thank you for watching.